Hey guys, Rick with the Bin Hunters. Welcome back to the channel. I should probably welcome myself back. It's been a while. We haven't shot a video in a while. Life's been crazy, but welcome back. If it's your first time here, you're going to find out very shortly that we resell product that we purchase from Amazon liquidation stores mostly. We do a little bit of thrifting, but like Goodwill and things like that. But most of it is purchased at Amazon liquidation stores, where we buy product for somewhere around $5 an item, and we resell it for a profit on eBay. And things have just gone crazy. Tomorrow, I guess it is, marks exactly 60 days since we bought our first item. So it's been an interesting 60 days, no question. We've learned a lot, we've worked hard, and we are starting to see the fruits of our labor, so to speak. Um, so what I thought I'd do is I'd put a quick video together and show you what those 60 days have looked like in sales. And then at the end of it, I'm going to go over gross profit and net profit and all of that stuff. I'm going to go through the fees that we've paid and all of that sort of thing to show you if that it's actually worth our time and efforts. I've had people ask, Rick, is it worth your time? It is. It's a lot of work, but it is worth that time. It is worth the efforts that we're putting in, and we are seeing pretty nice returns from it. So if you like the video, if you like what you see, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, all of that stuff. Just helps me here on YouTube. I'm not monetized and probably never will be, but I like to see people that like what I'm doing. It makes me feel like I should keep doing it. So, so do that and stay tuned. We're going to show you what the last 60 days of our experiment and journey look like. All right, let's look at some sales, shall we? Let's take a look at a snapshot of some of the things we've sold. I'll just highlight some of the better sales and better profits, but you'll see as I scroll through here, um, some of the things that we've sold and the diversity in our store and just the variety of things that we have. So why don't we go? We'll start with some of the things we've sold most recently. You'll see here we had a Coleman camp stove carry bag, kind of a heavy duty bag designed to carry the camp stove and the propane tanks. Sold that for $25, and the buyer paid $5 to get it to them. And I think total cost us about $7 to ship. So a couple of dollars out of pocket, but it's nice to. It's always nice when you can get the buyer to share some of that shipping costs. Next, you'll see this instant hot water heater. Really looks like a rather simple, rather simple piece of equipment. Don't know a lot about it, but I do know that it supposedly supplies instant hot water, kind of like a tankless water heater, but on a much smaller scale. Sold it for $30, and the buyer paid $6 to bring it to them. Jacob picked this up at the bin store on a $5 day, I do believe it was. This is some sort of custom Serbian chef knife. Kind of a cool knife with a nice leather sheath. Pretty nice flip too. So $5 into 70, and plus the customer paid $5 to have it brought to him. Not too bad at all. You'll see some beauty products and some coffee and stuff like that. As I scroll through, you'll see here a brother toner cartridge for brother laser printers. We see these all the time. We pick them up as long as they're in good shape. They need to be brand new. There's a foil type bag inside that houses the cartridge itself. That has to be intact. But other than that, when we do find them and they're good, we buy them because they do sell well. As you can see here, $34.95 with $5 shipping. This was kind of a fun one. Emily found this one, I think. It was a brand new credit card terminal. FD130 was the model. I forget the brand, but it doesn't really matter. Found it brand new in the box. Box was a little beat up, but the product itself was brand new. Plugged it up, powered on, everything was good to go. Sold it for $115, and the buyer paid $8. Here I had one buyer buy two Brother cartridges from me for $30 a piece, or $60 total, and paid $10 to bring them to him. So kind of a quick and easy one there. Also, we run across these quite often. Whenever we do, we buy them. They are the pure faucet mounted water filters. 3 filters in a package. So we buy all 3 filters for $5 and sell them all day long at $26.95. Rarely do we even have to accept an offer on these things. Usually they sell for asking price almost immediately. We've gone through 7 or 8 of these just in the last week alone. So pretty good product for us. We keep an eye out for those all of the time. Here we have a 3-pack of water filters. I think they fit a Whirlpool fridge. Bought all 3 for $5. They were in a poly bag all by themselves, and they sold for $54.95, and we paid to ship it. Let's see some more of those pure filters. Here's a different kind of water filter. This is apparently for the outdoors, for camping or hiking or whatever. It is a Survivor Filter Pro portable water filter system. And essentially, apparently, you can filter stream water or whatever to make it potable. So that sold quickly. We found that still sealed, brand new in the box. Didn't appear to have ever been opened. $37.95, and we paid to send that to the buyer. You'll see here, this was another neat one. We found a Nikon scope mount for a scope, a 1-inch scope mounting to a 223 or AR-15 or whatever it may be. Sold for $49.95. We paid to ship it there. Some no-name batteries that fit some rigid tools. These were just unbranded batteries, but they were for the pair. We sold for $28. And again, they were for rigid tools. This was kind of a neat one. There's a story behind this one. This is a Bluetooth adapter from Mercedes-Benz, factory Mercedes-Benz Bluetooth adapter. Apparently some of the older Mercedes-Benz have a plug-in in the console of the interior, where this can plug in and actually give you Bluetooth, unlike most of your newer cars that come with them. This is for some of the older models that did not come with them. We found this very bottom of the bin. All I saw of it was the Mercedes logo. I may have highlighted this in a previous video. All I saw of it was the Mercedes logo. Didn't know what it was. Wound up getting it to the register, and the cashier said, "Well, this looks like it's missing pieces. I'm just going to charge you $2.50 for it." Paid $2.50 for it. Sold it for $125. Free shipping. So kind of a very interesting find there. You've seen these water filters before. These are a different brand of water filters, and only a 2-pack this time around. They sold for $24.95. This one has kind of an interesting story. Had found an old, no longer made Moen faucet, rubbed bronze, high arc style 2-handle faucet. Had it on auction rather than a buy it now, and had a customer contact me who said he used to work for Moen, and he has 2 other rooms in his house that are already furnished with this particular faucet, and he was wanting to trim out another bathroom or something with this exact faucet. So he asked me what I had to have for it to let it go and in the auction early, and we agreed on $125, and he paid $10 to ship it to California, and has left feedback and is apparently a happy customer. So kind of a neat story there. The next one down, you'll see was a Khalil Mack Chicago Bears jersey. This sold for $30. We paid to ship it there. I had another one on my store. It was a Nick Foles Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. And unfortunately, for some reason, the copyright police, or whatever we call them, hit me on it and gave us a what we call a Vero violation on eBay. And apparently that can be fairly serious. So they pulled it down. They removed my listing. So if anybody watching this video is interested in an extra large Nick Foles Jacksonville Jaguars jersey, I'll make you a special deal. But unfortunately, I can't put it on eBay any longer, or they could suspend our account. This one I think you saw for sure on a previous video. This is a car stereo I found at Goodwill of all places. I paid $4.99 for it, I believe, and had a friend of mine test it, and he was able to confirm that it worked 100%, and it sold for $89.95, and the customer paid $10 to get it shipped out to Kentucky. So, pretty good buy there. That was a fun one to find, especially at a Goodwill. Something else we do well is small engine do well with is small engine carburetors. This here is for a Kohler tractor engine, small engine of some sort, and it sold for $34.95. Customer paid $5 to have it shipped to him. Let's see, what else did we find that was? So, this is a funny one. One of our first videos ever, I showed this and said I didn't even know what they were, and I had a couple of nurse friends reach out and say and laugh that I had Yankauer suction bulbs, whatever, and but they did wind up selling $24.95. That was one of the first things we ever bought 60 days ago, and you'll see it sold on November 2nd. So that sat in the store for about 50 days. So that's one of the ones that you're gonna, you probably won't ever buy again. And then you've got these. These are another package of 3 water filters. They sell 3 times, I think. They sold 3 times for $39.95. We within a day or two of each other. So again, we're always going to be on the lookout for that brand because that does sell and it sells quickly. What else do we have? So here's a couple of items here that I'll call out. This was some sort of a wireless dimmer switch for lighting in a home, I guess. Sold quickly, $39. We paid to ship it. Customer claims that it was defective and it was unusable, so we went ahead and returned the $39 back to the customer, and we didn't ask the customer to ship it back to us. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense for us to pay to have it brought back to us. And the same thing with the one below it there. Now this particular item, this micro SD card was still sealed in the package. Customer claimed it was defective and would not be recognized in his phone. So after some talking back and forth, I finally chose the best option, which was to go ahead and refund the $22. So I did that. So here's another one. This is our highest dollar flip, I believe, that we've had since we started this whole thing. This Flame Boss 400 Wi-Fi barbecue controller. Sold for $165. Customer paid $10 to bring it to him in Texas. Just recently reached out and said that last weekend actually, he reached out and said that there was an issue with the meat thermometer probe and it wasn't reading properly. So instead of just wanting to return the whole thing, he said, would you just refund me the $37 that it will cost me to buy a new temperature probe? Of course, we gladly did that and made the customer happy. Laptop battery for a MacBook Pro, $26. Customer paid $4 to bring it to him. I believe that went to Guam or Puerto Rico, one of the two. But anyhow, so $26 and shipped it over that way. Let's see. These here, you'll see, we had about 5 or 6 of these. I kept one for myself. It's a pellet maze for a wood smoker. and we sold every one of them. $26.99, $5 for 8, and every customer has been happy with those. No problems at all. Here's one we shipped to Puerto Rico, so it was a little bit more expensive to ship. However, it was a cover for a like a side by side utility type vehicle, but it was a storage cover for it, and sold for $79.95. We paid for the shipping. Like I said, went to Puerto Rico and was fairly expensive to get there, but that's okay. Here's a pair of tennis shoes that I found, or running shoes that I found at Goodwill for $4.99. They were Brooks Adrenaline 2018 models, but they looked brand new. All I had to do was take a magic eraser to the white soles. They cleaned up almost like new. Sold for $40, free shipping, and they shipped to somebody right here in Charlotte. So, kind of a neat deal. Kind of a neat deal there. Here you'll see that was not a second one of those. It did sell one time and then was canceled because the guy thought it was a different model than what it was, so it was canceled. Here's one. This was a radio installation kit, brand new in the box, new old stock, and it was a company here in Gastonia, North Carolina, that bought it from me. We hand delivered it to him. It sold $44.95. He did pay $5 freight. And then we decided it'd be best if I just delivered it to him, so we did that. Battery for a Dell Inspiron laptop, sold for $44.95. Free ship, and all is well. Let's see. We've got some more good stuff. Water filters. Here's another big flip we had. We found this one on $5 day. Was a Kurt Spectrum electric brake controller. New in the box, did not appear to be installed or anything like that. Customer did contact that he was having some issues with it, but he has not contacted me back since. He said he was going to try to fix it, and I told him I'd give him a partial refund or whatever if he needed to. Has not contacted me back, so we should be good to go on that. Sold for $139.95. And another carburetor. Here were some two-way radios. These were a pack of two. Bought both for $5 and sold them for $42.95. Shipped them off to a happy customer in Puerto Rico, I believe. These were GNC Women's Ultra Energy Metabolism Vitapacks. They were 30 Vitapacks to a box, and each Vitapack had, I think, 5 different vitamins in them. Customer bought all 4 boxes for a total of $92 free shipping. This was a fire truck model that I found at Goodwill. It was missing pieces. I bought it for $2.99. It was missing pieces. I listed it as missing pieces, and then a viewer, or not a viewer, but a buyer contacted me and said it might be missing more pieces than what I thought. Indeed, it was. But I wound up selling at auction for $26.25, and the customer paid $23 to have it shipped. We'll go ahead and just hit a couple of more, and then we will wrap up the video. So here you see this book was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2. I don't know. It was advertised on some other listings as a rare book. I don't know if it was, but it did sell for $30.99. We paid shipping. It went out media mail. Cost me about $3 to ship it. So that was pretty good. We did, right here, we found 3 or 4 of these. Sold each and every one of them within just a matter of a few days. These are some slip covers for a Masterbuilt electric smoker. Sold for $19.99, and we shipped it to them for free. Looks like I took an offer on that one, so on and so forth. And we'll go ahead and finish off on a couple of big ones. This one was kind of a disappointment. Sold 3 of these tubes of this number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum. They appeared to be new in the box. Customer in California purchased them. We had them shipped out there to him. He bought all 3 for $42.75. We had a $15 investment in that. And when he got them, a couple of the tubes had been opened, and the customer claimed that they were counterfeit, that they were not legit product. I did have them send them back to us in case it was something we could resell. Unfortunately, we did do some research, and it does appear as though they could have possibly been counterfeit. So those went in the trash, and we just ate the $5. This was kind of a personal sale. This was not something we found in a bin. However, it was a game for Nintendo Switch that Emily no longer plays, and we were able to sell it for $39.95 free shipping. I believe it also went media mail, so a couple $3 to ship. So there you have it. That's kind of a, just a brief overview of what we've done in the last 60 days. Quite a bit more, but we're getting into some older stuff that, it's amazing to see, as you can see here, compared to what we've done recently. So the growth that we've had in our buying practices, and how we're sourcing things and where we're sourcing things from and things like that has really, really, really gotten a lot better, and we've done a much better job of finding stuff with some higher profit. So that's it, guys. I'm going to come back at you here in just a minute, and we are going to discuss sales and profit over the last 60 days. Sorry, guys, got a little buried. working on our Sunday night shipments and listings and all that stuff, and but I wanted to finish up what I promised on the video, so I thought take just a couple of minutes and kind of go over some sales and profit and such for the last 60 days. So over the course of the last 60 days, we have sold 139 items on eBay for a total gross sale of $5,145.91. That's an average sale per unit of $37.02. Not too bad. But now we start taking fees out. You see, eBay charges you 10% once it sells, a final value fee. So 10% of that, $514.59. PayPal charges 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. So that's a grand total of $190.93. We're going to figure average shipping to be about $5.50 per package. So with that being said, it's $764.50 in shipping. And then with an average cost of goods around $525 for what has sold, our average cost of goods sold is $695. That leaves a net profit on items sold over the course of the last 60 days of $2,980.89. What? Now, if you dig in a little deeper in those numbers, though, we still have roughly $500 of unsold inventory. About $50 in lost inventory. So what that means is something we bought that we got home and it was broke, or was missing a piece, or was just unsellable for whatever reason. Unfortunately, you can't always catch that when you're at the bin store. So you get home, you test something or whatever, it doesn't work, there goes $5 or what have you out the window. So about $50, maybe $60 in lost inventory. We've had about $120 in returned goods. Now, those are goods that reached the buyer and either they were defective or what have you. I talked about one or two of them earlier on in the video. So we've had about $120 in returned goods. So those numbers there equal $670. And then $200 or so that we've spent in supplies, between shipping supplies, bought a new scale to weigh the stuff. We bought a new laser printer, which was not necessarily a purchase for the bin store. However, for the eBay store, however, it is getting used as such. So I thought I'd kind of take a little bit of that expense and and count it towards the business. So with all of that being said, we're going to take about $870 off that net profit, which leaves us with a profit of right at $2,100.89. So still awesome profit. We are well into the profit. Even if the remaining $500 doesn't ever sell, we're still well into profit. So that's it, guys. You know, when you say, is it worth it? Is it worth your time? Is it worth the effort putting into it? And I'd say it is, absolutely. $2,100, you know, in the bank account that wouldn't have been there otherwise. So, you know, I definitely think it's worth it. Is it for everybody? Absolutely not. It is a ton of work, like we've said in the past, but it can be fun. Unfortunately, we're running across some buyers at some of these bin stores that are trying to suck the fun out of it, by just being really pushy and think Black Friday, Walmart, 55-inch TV for $149 type of shenanigans over a $5 item in a bin. So there are some folks out there that are trying to suck the fun out of it. We're not going to let them. We're still having a good time. We will continue to do business the way we do business, and you know, however anybody else wants to is up to them. But so that's it, guys. That takes us to the end of the video. Really just wanted to share sales and dollars and things like that with you. We'll do some more of these for sure. We will definitely do some haul videos. We had a decent sized haul this weekend, nothing crazy. Not sure what next weekend will bring, if we'll even shop, to be honest with you, next weekend. We're getting closer and closer to holidays and things like that going on. And you know, time kind of is required elsewhere. So maybe won't go spend a whole day binning next Saturday. Might just maybe hit one store, or maybe not hit any. You know, I do intend to maybe hit some Goodwills this week if I can while I'm out and about. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's where we're headed, and we hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, please make sure you're smashing that like button. You're turning on the notifications so you know the next video that hits. Maybe even leaving a comment telling me that you know, we're crazy or whatever. So, but again, thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you soon. Happy hunting.